Sweet. Okay, I finally got it to work. Okay. Let me pull up my notes really quick. Okay. Hi everyone. I am Jasto. I am a local model for like the Pacific Northwest area. Sometimes I'll travel out of the area, but usually I try to stick in this spot. A lot of my work, I'm working with like college classes and mostly like their photography students and stuff. So that way they have a stand-in model. It's nice for these students so that they have like real connections with a model, and then it's also nice for me because I'm making all these really good connections with these really cool students, and a lot of them are potentially like going out of this area. So some of them have actually like left the states and stuff, and so I've kept in contact with a lot of different people. It's a really good networking thing for me. Sorry. And then another thing that I do is I do a lot of modeling like in the city. So I'll work over in like Seattle and Tacoma, and I'll be working with like different designers and stuff, advertising their brands. I usually try to work with like a lot of sustainable fashion brands. So brands that will like go out and usually try to like upcycle clothing and stuff. And then aside from that, I've done like a couple runway shows. I like runway, it's fun and all, but I prefer to do the photo shoots just because I get a little like stage fright sometimes. Not necessarily like anything bad, but I just for myself and my anxiety. I usually just try to like do the photo shoots. Um, yeah, let's see. I guess one fashion show that I did was last year. Um, I did this runway show for Woodland Jams, and it was part of the Northwest Folklife last year. It was super cool. It was a lot bigger than I thought. I'd never been to this festival before, and I really did not anticipate it to be this massive. I thought it was just gonna be like a cool little street fair, but no, this actually ended up being like 4 or 5 blocks, and it was in the Seattle Center, and it was very daunting when I walked in and there was a crowd and an actual official stage, and, yeah, but it was nice. The other models were so supportive, and they walked with me, they were able to, like, give me pointers and everything like that, so yeah, it was really nice. Um, Let me go over some of the things I'll be going over in this video. Um, so I'll be going over some questions I've been asked this last month, and then I'll be going over what's happened this last month and what's to come. I want to apologize because usually I do my live streams on Fridays, so I know that some of you were anticipating that, and I'm sorry. I've been very sick. I'm still a little pale right now, as you can see, and I'm actually still pretty congested right now. Um, so I apologize in advance if I end up coughing at some point during this video. I'm really, really still getting over my illness. I had like the flu or some sort of weird thing like that. I, yeah, I don't even know. It was awful. I haven't been sick like that in like years. um, let's see though. Let me start by, I guess, going over some of the questions. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment them. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Looks like I'm having some issues with the comment section. Sorry, I'm just trying to make a couple quick adjustments really quick to see if this can fix it. For some reason, YouTube has been giving me a lot of issues with leaving comments on my YouTube videos. So if you guys ever want to like get a hold of me or leave something like that, you can always send me a message. I have my link tree posted in my bio, so you can always feel free to send me like an email or you can post comments and stuff on my Instagram or Facebook or any other platform that I'm on. Um, I am also active on Patreon, so yeah, you guys are more than welcome to do all of that. Let's see here. Still having some issues. Give me just a second, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, I think it should be working. Maybe. Okay. All right, so I'll start by going over some of the questions that some people have sent me in this last month. I get this one asked a lot. A lot of people ask what my favorite makeup wipe is, and I honestly don't use makeup wipes. I don't really like makeup wipes just because of all the waste, and I don't always need like all the extra like vitamins or essence or whatever it is in the makeup wipes. Because I actually struggle with eczema myself, so I don't really always want to have like a bunch of different products on my skin. I usually try to keep it pretty simple. That way I can just keep tabs on like what all I'm using, just in case I have a reaction to something. Um, it's just easier for me that way. But what I like to use is I use what's called the magic makeup eraser cloth. So um, I'll try to, like, leave a link for it down below. It's like this pink cloth. I love it. You just have to put a little bit of water on it, and then I can just, like, wipe off all my makeup. I never have to use any makeup removers or anything like that. And it's nice because I can rewash it, so it's reusable. It's perfect for when I have to travel because I can just roll it up and put it in my bag, and then I can just use, like, a little bit of my bottled water in my car, so that way I can wash my face before I have to drive all the way back home, and it's just been a lifesaver. It's nice because, like, I can use it for, like, even the tougher makeups that have, like, glitters or shimmers and even my waterproof eyeliner and, my waterproof mascaras. Like, makeup wipes would not get those out, and it was so frustrating because I would have, like, a raccoon mask pretty much across my face. But this one is just I love these things. The only thing that I really would complain, if it is really a complaint, like, they're pink, so, my black makeup has, like, left some black stains on it, but it is a makeup wipe, so it's like a yeah, it's whatever. But, like, if I were to buy some more, I would probably just get their 7-pack. It's like a little smaller cloth, and then it has, like, more neutral colors, so, there's, like, browns and grays, I think, and I think there might be a black one in there or something like that. Um, but I would probably get those guys, just that it wouldn't show the makeup stains as much. Um, let's see. If someone wanted to book me as a model, how could they do that? You guys are more than welcome to like direct message me. Or you can send me an email at bookjasminebailey@gmail.com for a faster response. I always check my email throughout the day. If I don't reply that same day though, like I'm probably like out on a shoot. Like I said, I travel a lot, so I'll be driving for like 3 hours sometimes, and I'll have to, like, take a flight or a ferry sometimes, so if I don't reply that day, please be a little bit, like, understanding about it, but I will get to you as soon as I possibly can. Let's see. Have I dyed my hair? No, I just have not been using my colored conditioner like I was supposed to. My friend dyed my hair and she told me to use this colored conditioner. And I was using it for a long time. And just this last month, I have not used it at all. And I did 2 underwater shoots in this very warm pool, and I feel like after that, just, like, all of my hair dye has come out, so I'm considering re-dyeing it. I'm considering maybe just trying out I'm probably gonna try it out with just my colored conditioner first to see if I can get some of that color back. But I don't know, it's not that bad. I like it. It's nice and natural. I I don't have any complaints about it. Um, and I've also considered, like, re-dyeing it a different color. I've considered purple. I've considered re-dyeing it, like, a different shade of red. Um, and I've also considered, like, dyeing it a completely different color, like black or I don't know, like brown or something like that. But if you guys have any suggestions, I'd love them. I get asked this one a lot. This one's probably one of the most often that I get in my DMs. Do I have a boyfriend? No, I'm actually engaged. We're actually in the process of planning our wedding. I've been dating the same guy for about 7 years now. We're going on 8 years soon. We've been engaged for about 2 years. We would have gotten married sooner, but COVID happened, and life has just been throwing a lot of things at us. Um, I also like, I don't know, we're both like young-ish, like I'm just now 27 and he's about to turn 30. So like now we're at the stage where we're ready to get married. We just didn't really care about it that much. It wasn't that important to us before. Like we wanted to get married, but it just we had other things that were way more important, like visiting our family and things like that. um, but yeah, we're planning on getting married. It's just kind of a stressful thing for them. Let's see. What books have I been reading? Okay. So I just started this book, Moss Flower by I think it's Brian Shocks. I think that's how you say it. Pretty sure he's British, but it's definitely an interesting read. He has a very particular writing style. Um, so I think he's British. Um, and I like it. It's like a fantasy book and there's like these talking animals and stuff. I haven't gotten that far into it, but it's pretty cool. I'm also reading How to Ruin Everything Essays by George Watsky. I bought this book from my favorite little bookstore called Port Book and News in Port Angeles. Um, I got this because I actually listened to Watsky's music. He's a rapper, um, and I just thought it was awesome that there was a book there. And me being a book lover, I was just like, oh, I have to support my one of my good rappers. So I like I bought the book, and it's actually really funny. I fully suggest it to people who want a good laugh. Like, as long as you're okay with like realistic sides of life and everything, um, this is a good book. Another thing that I have read recently. So I just finished this book, and I fully suggest it to anyone who wants like an action-packed fantasy book. This book was awesome. I loved it so much. Um, the ending was hard for me, mostly because like one, when I first started this book, I didn't know that it was gonna be a series. I thought it was a standalone. And so the end was kind of hard. I think what the hardest part for me was that like the other book isn't even out yet. So it just kind of leaves it on a cliffhanger. So like yeah, I mean, I loved it though. The writing style is beautiful. The font is awesome. I love the decorations on the side of the book. The actual book itself is beautiful. Like even the cover, gorgeous. She did a very good job with this book, and I'm so glad that I got to read it. I finished it, and like I instantly was just about to start rereading it, just because like she just really kept you the whole time. Like I did not want to put this book down. I literally every time I read this book, I read about like 50 pages. I had to like put it down because I had to get things done like my dishes and laundry. Um, but this was such a good book, and I'm so excited for when the next book comes out. So, yeah, this is the last one by Rachel Housel Hall. Fully suggest it. It's like fantasy. It has action. And there's a little bit of romance. It's not smutty by any means. I don't read books like that. This has just got like a good little amount of romance, and it's kind of cute in some ways. Um, let's see. Let's see. So, how has your own book been coming along? Yes. So I'm writing a book myself. I was just very inspired because I've been reading a lot more books lately. Um, Back in high school, I used to read a lot. I tried to start a novel back then, but didn't have enough inspiration and time. So now I guess is my chance to try and rekindle that. I'm not writing the same subject, but I am very excited about the subject. And I feel like, um, sorry, my throat's starting to dry up and I don't want to lose my voice again. Um, so I feel like uh, with this being more like geared towards my own like well-being and my own like um upbringing, this definitely will like become more. And I feel like since like my last book, it just the whole concept had a lot of holes in it, but with this one, like I've been really working on solidifying like all of the story itself as a whole. And so I'm really trying to make sure there's no like big open holes or anything like that. I don't want anyone to be like, oh, well, this isn't realistic, even though it's a fantasy book, you know? Um, so I don't want to like spoil too much about my book, especially like since it's not fully written. I don't want to like give out too many details for things to change. So I'll just tell you like a tiny bit about it. Let's see. So I'm going to be writing a fantasy book. It's going to be loosely based on Filipino folklore. There's going to be two nations divided by a long war on magic. There's going to be a steampunk dystopia and an enchanting utopia. And that's about all I'm going to say. I don't really want to give any details about the characters. I'm not giving out any names. I'm not. Nope. If you know me in real life, maybe you'll hear a little bit more about it. But until then, just gonna keep it. So here's my update on what's been happening. Again, I was sick. I was very sick this last month. I got sick earlier last month, and then I got sick again just recently. Or maybe I was sick the whole time. Who knows? But yeah, I was like, I literally missed work for like a whole week this last week, and so I'm still kind of recovering. Um, but earlier last month, um, I did a denim shoot to feature for Woodland Jams. It was a lot of fun. um, Once I get those pictures, I'll definitely be sure to share them first on my Patreon, and then I will share the rest on like my Instagram and stuff like that. I also did a bathtub shoot, so that was a lot of fun. I've never really like done a bathtub shoot. That was the first one that I did. And it was honestly kind of nerve-wracking at first. I mean, you know, a bath is kind of like more of a personal thing. And like it's not like when I do shoots, you know, where I can just wear a swimsuit. Um, this was like I had to just wear these little pasties pretty much and then just some like nude bottoms. And it was difficult because like I don't do shoots like that. So I also it's I've done underwater shoots, especially recently, but like I haven't done shoots where like being from above into the water, you know. I don't know. It's a different angle for sure. And working in the space of bathtub is very different compared to like a whole set. So it was fun though. We use like a milk bath solution, so it made the water like a little bit more milky looking. And then we also put a bunch of flowers on top. So flowers were floating around. It was nice because I was able to use some of the flowers to like cover up some areas, you know. We were really trying to make sure that this was more of like a spa kind of shoot, more like tasteful. We weren't trying to go for any sexy kind of pictures or anything like that. We were really trying to keep this tasteful. And I feel like the actual end result was definitely that. Like, I am so excited to post these pictures and I'm so excited to submit them into different magazines. I'm just really waiting for the final edits and everything like that. So should be soon. I also did an underwater shoot, like I said. This was with Marina Shapova. She's one of the professors that I work with over at Peninsula College. She is astounding. She's one of the best photographers I've ever worked with. She's so inspirational. She's so sweet. And she's just like always there to like support her students and like support other artists. It's incredible. She really puts in a lot of work with everything. She puts up like these events in a sense, like she'll put together big shoots, um, and she really goes all out. She'll There was one morning where I was out with her, and we were out on the beach at 7 in the morning, and we were dragging a big trunk, like an antique trunk, out onto the beach, and then I had to put on a mermaid dress, or a mermaid tail, I mean, and like a seashell top. And I was a mermaid in a trunk on the ocean. Um, and there were people walking around. Like some of these sets that are, especially that are like out on the beach and stuff, but we don't get like private beaches or anything like that. Like there's people walking around, and yes, they are stopping and taking pictures as well because they're like, oh, look at this girl. She's just covered in seaweed and wearing a fake tail. um, and it kind of probably looks a little crazy. I've definitely gotten some crazy looks from people, but it's all for the art. Like, we're doing it for the artwork, and it's amazing. I love it. It's a lot of fun. um, this last shoot that we did was an underwater shoot. We were dressing up as like sirens, and then we had a pirate. There was this one guy, I think his name was Scotland Nolan or something like that. Um, but he was a really nice guy. He dressed up as a pirate. He did try to go into the water like with his full outfit, boots included, but it didn't really work out. His boots sank, and then he could not get back up, so he had to take his boots off. So, um, but it was a lot of fun, and his hat kept flying off too, so he had to take off his hat. But we had other sirens there, so there was this one girl named Casey. There was another girl named Sadie. Um, yeah, we had multiple lifeguards there. Um, with underwater shoots, you always, always, always want to make sure that there is someone who is there, someone who can help bring the model out of the water just in case something happens. You never know if they're gonna get like tangled up in their outfit or like, like just it's it's always just the safest thing to just have someone there, not just the photographer. Like, um, and it's nothing against the photographer or the model. Like, I'm a very good swimmer. I'm a really good swimmer. There's the other model, and he's literally a lifeguard. Like, but we still had two lifeguards on duty the entire time, just in case, because you just never know. And you don't want to take that chance. Like, someone's life is quite literally on the line when you're going in and out of the water like that. And like when I would go into the water, I mean, the first time I went into the water, like I did not anticipate my whole outfit to just like one of it just wanted to sink, but like also parts of it wanted to float. And with all of that going on at the same time, I very, very, very quickly got tangled up in my own dress. And like it was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. Um, because like we're in the deep end of this pool. The bottom of the pool is like 13 feet below. And I hope that I'm not gonna drown and like go all the way down to the bottom. But like it's hard for me to swim in those dresses. Like I can't swim in one direction because the dress wants to pull me in a different direction. So always make sure that you like have some sort of like a lifeguard, or even if it's just like a buddy that you know can like help pull someone out if it's like a lifeguard free zone, you know, just just in case. And plus, if anything, they can be a really nice assistant. You know, they can hold your light reflectors. They can help, you know, bring the mass of fabric or whatever it is that the model is going to be wearing, like into the water. Um, they can help hold the flotation devices. Like I used little flotation devices. I had a life vest on for part of the shoot, and we had like I think it's called a boogie board. I don't know. It's like a little floating board thing that we would use to like swim out to the spot where we were going to be swimming, and then we would go under the water. Um, so yeah, fully suggest, fully suggest that it is very important. And then let's see. Well, after that underwater shoot, um, that one got published. I'm very happy for it. Um, Um, yes. Okay, so that one got published, and then we did a shoot out on Edda's Hook. That's like the spit out in Port Angeles. And we did like I don't I guess like a vintage vibe is a good way to put it. We were all wearing kind of vintagey dresses, and we had these cool little umbrellas, and then we also had a corgi out there for part of it. This also got published. I'll be posting those pictures pretty soon. Let's see. I'll start going over what's to come. So in Seattle, on July 5th, I'll be going to a rap show. My little brother will be doing his first debut in Seattle. He's done like a couple rap shows like out here in the more rural lands, like in Port Angeles and stuff, but this is gonna be his first big debut. So I'm super excited and I'm just very, very, very proud of him. Like I can't really express it in words for him because like I know that he's been working for this for a long, long time. So it's really awesome to finally see that he's like actually getting to this point, you know? Um, he's been working on music like pretty much all his life, I would want to say. Like not like professionally, but like he's been, you know, banging on drums since like the second grade. As far as his rap, he's been doing that for like at least a couple of years for sure. Maybe like 4 years. But I'm just proud of him for like really pushing through the hardships that he's been going through. He even he was actually in the hospital like last month, and he is still doing his debut in Seattle. So I'm so proud of him for pushing through everything that he's gone through this last year. And I'm just so excited to see what it brings. He has been releasing some really cool music. If you guys want to check him out on Linktree, or I mean on Spotify, his his name on there is Jasto. That's Jasto. I'll post a link down below for like the link for his tickets and stuff at the Seattle show, just in case you guys are curious. Um, some of the other featuring artists for that are going to be Mafi D Ralphy Davis, and much more. I think like Oliver Lee and a couple others. Um, so aside from that show, um, I'll also be like traveling a lot more this coming fall. Like I said, we're getting married, so we're still deciding on exactly where we're gonna be taking our honeymoon. We're thinking about maybe Mexico or maybe Ireland. Kind of up in the air right now, but we shall see. Um, yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Um, but if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below, or you can always message me or email me. Sorry, my throat. I'm like losing my voice, but we're almost there. um, I'm also going to be doing another live stream, hopefully sometime this month, just to help make up for missing yesterday's as well. I know I'm doing the live stream today, but I just feel really bad about being sick, and I also haven't done as much like this last month because I was sick. So I'm going to be doing another live stream, probably in the next couple weeks. Um, so yeah, if you guys have any good suggestions for like good fantasy books, please, 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 please send me your recommendations because after reading this one, it's just not the same like reading this is a good book, but it's not the same. I was gonna check out some of the other books that she has. Let's see. I think they have them actually listed right in here. One of these first few pages. Yes. So I was gonna try and check out some of these books. There we go. But I don't know if you guys have read any of those. Please let me know. Let me know what you thought of them, because I don't want to start another series and not really like it. I also like if they aren't finished with these series, please don't recommend them. I don't want to read another series where I'm still waiting for books. Um, yeah. Um, I don't really have much else to go over right now. But I will let you guys know how my reading and writing goes in a couple of weeks, I guess. But I hope you guys all have a beautiful day. Enjoy the sun and stay healthy. Bye, everyone. Jasto is out.